Welcome to Lost in the Lakes, where you get brews, reviews, but best of all, views. We're in a little village called Thornthwaite, and I've planned this little walk. I'm kind of going off sat nav, haven't planned a route, but I'm going on what I've seen, and it looks like we're going down this little bit here. Now, the whole idea of this was to come and look at a bridge with a river and what looks like the river going underneath the bridge. Now, it could be like a canal bridge, but when you look on Google Maps, it also looks like the bridge, just footbridge, and the bridge just goes straight underneath. There's a church close by, so we can have a look at this church. And I've planned another little route that takes us away from all the tourist stuff. And as you can see, I mean, first path I've taken is obviously not well used. And this is probably going to be a theory for today, a theme for today, about these not well used footpaths. Now, we are on a footpath. I've checked on various maps. OS maps, this map I've got on the sat nav, and this is it is a footpath. Obviously not well used, but it's something different, and I've never been here before. We've got someone's house there, and a little footbridge. Look at this. I mean, this is private land there, but considering this is hardly ever used, it's such a lovely river. Right, this obviously goes into someone's garden, so we'll just zoom right in so we know we're on the right path. Now, who'd have thought that there'd be a footpath that hardly anyone ever uses in the Lake District, especially something so close to a road. And here we go. This is, I mean, it is someone's land as well, but it's also a footpath. Again, not very well used. Going down to the road now. And then I do believe we cross the road and there's another gate we're going to go through there. This should take us to St Mary's Church. There's two ways round this loop, and I'm not too sure about one part. All the footpaths are linked together to a bridge, but since Storm Desmond, I don't think this bridge has been in use. How lovely is this? Drove past this thousands of times. Never actually been down to this church. Never followed this river down. Now, I believe this river's called Chapel River. Let's have a look. Chapel Beck. Which obviously takes us down to the chapel, and this is the river that goes underneath the A66, which is a main A road that sort of cuts through Cumbria from Penrith to Workington. So again, we're just sort of taking the lesser known routes. Just a bit of an adventure, really. I did ask my son if he wanted to come on this one. I think he prefers bagging the high mountains. I said, "Oh son, do you want to come on an adventure?" Me at 12 probably would have said yes, but he knows I'm going to film it, so he can just watch it on YouTube. Right, so we're coming up now to this church. Again, this church is called St Mary's Church. Interesting already. We've got a little footbridge here. Let's just... Right, this is St Mary's Church. It is a Sunday. It's a Commonwealth War grave. Should we have a little look around? There's always amazing stuff around churches. Just intertwined together. 1843. What have we got here? This one's so old, can't even see what year that was, but this guy must have been important. Lincoln. See if you can read that. This looks like an important one. Isaac Gate, Self Springbank House of Springbank House, Braithwaite, who died in 1969, age 69. You matron. Joseph, and also Joseph Jackson Gate and Annie Gate as well. Oh dear, age 18 weeks, aged 4 years, in memory of Alice Stanley, sister of Mary, wife of Jonathan Gate, 1869. Oh, I wonder if something tragic happened. Sometimes churches are open. Pipe organ there. Look at this old map here. It's a really old map just of two rivers, two basic rivers. That's Newlands. And this is Derwent. And these two bridges, I think this one's gone, but this one's still here. And there's no bridges, there's the chapel. But there's no, obviously there's no A66, the A66 cuts through here, through that bit. And round. This is the old road. You can still see some of it. And there's Hallgarth. Yeah, but there's obviously a few farms here now. Now, when was that from? Can't see I mean, even that back road. I think the old vicarage is still there. There's the river. It's put down as Creta, River Creta, with a C. Port in Skill. Applethwaite. Ormouthwaite, they're still the same. Low Griff, heard nothing about that. Lizzick Hall must be old. The Turnpike Gate. There's a church, that's Lerthwaite, I think. So this is where Keswick School is now. In fact, the vicarage is still there. Okay, we're going to cut through this gate. Let's get back to where we were. Zoom in a bit. And we'll get back on this road and have a look at this bridge. Even if we can't get across, I just want to have a look at this bridge. See what's going on. Here's the river. As you can see, it's not man-made, but it's been channeled through towards the bridge. So it's a natural river, it's just been channeled. You can hear the road now. See another sort of road leading onto this. God knows how many times I've gone underneath this and never ever come across. Right, this is where the interesting bits happens. Look at this. It's a river under a bridge, which is a bridge. So this must have been done when the A66 was built. There you go, there's the river, which goes underneath this bridge. And then you've got a main road. Isn't that cool? Chapel Beck Aquaduct. Now you've got a sign saying private farm road. And then you've got, this is where the river comes out. This road bridge, which I've gone under many times, has actually got a river in it. I wonder how many people actually know that. Look at that. Hopefully you can see under there and see what's going on, because I can't. There we go. So the A66 has an aqueduct, or what I call a river and a bridge. Who'd have thought it, eh? It's funny when you're just looking at maps. You know, sometimes you say, oh, I'm just staring at maps. No reason. And then you come across little things like that and come out and investigate it. So now I can say every time I drive past here, there's a river in that bridge, and anyone watching this video can do the same. Okay, so we've come back over that bridge. We're going to follow this footpath, just double checking that this is a footpath. And apparently it takes you to the A66, where we run alongside the A66, then we cross the main road. We'll see how that goes. I was trying to plan a route that comes back on that bridge, but looking at the maps and everything, I couldn't link anything up to say there was a public footpath to the bridge. Obviously going through the church there, you have access. There's no signs to say you can't. There's a farmer doing a little bit of farming. We won't be filming him. Farmers don't like to be filmed. Right, this is where we go down that way. This is where, I was just about to say, it's good to have a sat-nav because you're not sure which way you're supposed to go. And again, didn't even know this footpath existed. It's obviously used, people are using it. It's just a funny one because you've got a bridge that safely takes you over the A66, but to which you could actually go and meet up with this path if you did, but it takes you this way and then you've got to kind of walk across the A66. Right, believe it or not, this is a footpath. I just saw a signpost down the bottom there to see where the footpath links, so we'll get on. This is certainly a different walk for the Lake District. Now we've got to try and match up with the one that's on the other side. We have to walk up a little bit further past this parking place. Okay, coming up to the crossing here. I believe that's the footpath just there. We're not going to be going on that. And this is where we get to. Bridge removed. The bridge indicated on this map has had concerns. We intended to replace during 2023. You are advised to use alternative route. We'll go anyway. We can always come back. So I believe this is a diagonal path through this field. And there we go. How far are we off? Not far. I mean, it's obviously used because it's been flattened recently. So we'll take this path through. And this, all this area here is all floodplain. In 2015, when it all flooded, I mean, the A66, which is just there, that was flooded at the lower point. So all this area was just a part of the lake, the whole lot of it. So basically all that you can see was underwater, and quite often it does come up, maybe not as far as where I'm at, but it does come up quite high, and it's all flatland, which is perfect farming land, but it floods all the time. Right, we're getting a bit further away from, right, talk about bog. It's a little boggy area here, thank God it's dry. We've got an arrow saying footpath, so we're going to cut through this way. Now this is obviously used for farmer access as well, because it's quite wide. Yeah, my map says the footpath's over that way a little bit, but it's obviously been moved over the years because of all the marshland. You know, this would have been after, probably built back up, because it does feel quite stable underfoot. I mean, if you didn't know you're on a footpath, you would just think I mean, you are in farmers' fields, but you wouldn't think it was a permissive footpath. Holgarth Beck. So again, this is all about exploration, going to places where I have not been. So the footpath goes this side. This is almost a road. Now I don't know how many people actually walk down here, but I can guarantee, because it's a flat walk, it's by the A66, no one ever does it. So I thought I'd come out and just explore the world. Now I know people are saying, why shouldn't you be up a mountain? You should be up a mountain, but not every day's a mountain day, you know. Some days it's good to just, I mean, I've looked at this area for years. I've been down one path on the far side, but I've never been down here. Now, I do believe there is some area down there that you're not allowed to go on because it's a nature reserve. Is that river, Holgarth Beck? That comes off Winlatter, down a place called Seldom Seen. So you can go down there and seldom see it. There's some structure up here that looks like an old bridge. I mean, you could jump across this river, there's nothing stopping you crossing that one. Oh, it is a little mini bridge. There's no, oh hang on, where are we going now? So, it does actually say to cross this bridge. And then the footpath goes off down there. Right, so I've got so far along that footpath and decided to turn around and come back. We were just going to end up going back into Keswick, and it'll be a long walk for me back to where I've parked. So got all these buttercups in this field. I mean, I suppose this is classed as a meadow, an untouched field. So yeah, we're walking towards the A66 now. So we're pretty close to the original path, just a bit to the left, but we're following what someone else has put down. It's unusual as well, just a conifer standing by itself. Right, there we go. That's a little adventure. Now you could loop this up if you wanted to go out a bit further, but the main part of this walk was the aqueduct, the bridge that are just, everyone, I'm sure, quite a lot of people just assume it's a footbridge. Right, we'll get over this stile. Portinscale Dancing Gate, and then Thornthwaite. Sign there says no path. So this is the A66 towards Keswick. You can actually see the aqueduct further down there. Glad I put pants on for this. It's funny because this is just like a known path, and then you've got that road that goes back up, and the footpath cuts across a field. So you'd think as a farmer you'd probably want them to cut across that way, but this is the way it's done, so this is the way we'll do it. It's obviously been a footpath for many years, and it's got a right of way on it, like old stables. Oh, we've got to stand off.